Good evening, everyone.
Hello, and cheers if you're tuning in from the East Coast, where it's wicked late.
Very, very late.
And sorry for this lighting. We're trying to make do with my spotlight from my phone. We are outside of the conference center, the conference center in downtown Salt Lake City, across the street from Chantelle Square. We just attended the B1 event.
Yeah.
In commemoration of the 40th anniversary of the announcement to restore the blessings of the temple to all members, and also the blessings of the priesthood to all worthy men.
Yeah,
Let us know where you're watching from, please.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from. We are, as Jenny said, at the conference center here close to Chantelle Square. The B1 event just occurred. We just got out, and man, it was well attended. I thought there were some interesting things that were said, and the performances were just incredible. Do you want to tell them what happened and your favorite performance?
Sure. Well, it started kind of similarly to a church meeting with an opening hymn, a congregational hymn, and an opening prayer. And then President Oaks gave some remarks talking about his own experiences, actually kind of outside of his usual style, to share personal experiences in the way that he did. And he talked about, he remembers the day that he got the phone call. At the time he was serving as president of Brigham Young University, and he got a phone call from then Elder Packer telling him that this announcement was about to take place. And he shared his experience as he shared that announcement with his sons as they were working on a project in their home. Following that, they kind of dispersed with the idea of, and the format rather, of it being kind of similar to a church meeting, and it became a concert and a performance. It was unlike anything I've ever seen in the conference center, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but it was a performance tracing the history of Africans and those of African descent within the restored gospel, within the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There was a B1 choir directed by Sister Gladys Knight. Alex Boye performed. There were wonderful dance performances and true stories of pioneers and saints and their descendants, as well as one of the most moving musical numbers was performed by the Bonner family. I happen to be really big fans of them anyway. They're great people, and it was very, very special. It is the most I've ever felt the spirit participating in something in the conference center. The music was brilliant, was beautiful. It was so special, and it ended with President Nelson giving some remarks and then a closing prayer, and that's the summary.
Yeah, it was just absolutely incredible. So your favorite part was the Bonner family, or
the Bonner family,
and the most moving.
Yes. They sang a medley of children's songs, of primary songs, and their descendants. I mean, the legacy that this family is creating and leaving is just outstanding and very, very inspiring. I also was very, very touched to hear the recitation of the first vision by voices male and female in African accents. It was very, very special, very touching. And then to sing with the B1 choir, as directed by Sister Gladys Knight, Love at Home, it was like nothing I've ever felt, ever.
Yeah, they did a great job. And you know, we've talked a little bit about, just you and I, about how many changes have occurred since President Nelson has become the prophet. And this program, I think, is a good example of, I I hate to use the word progressive, but I would use the word progressive.
Well, just that he's been surprisingly progressive in the short time that he's been president.
Yes, and this is one of those events that commemorates, of course, the 40th anniversary of the Revelation, but just bringing together everyone in the conference center and doing this was just incredible. By the way, if you didn't have a chance to see it, it is on LDS.org or the Mormon channel, so you can watch it. You can go back and watch it, but just an incredible, I think, evening of entertainment and spiritual enlightenment and enrichment
and education, frankly.
Education.
Frankly, our history in this church and frankly in this country, in the United States, is fraught with a lot of really difficult stories to hear when it comes to race. And then when you intertwine race and religion, it can be difficult to talk about. And tonight, a lot of really touching stories were shared, and it was really special.
It was really good.
I'm really grateful we were here.
Thank you. Hey everyone, there is a new movie coming out called Jane and Emma. Jane Manning James. Actually, the director is over there. Do you mind giving this short story while I see if she's willing to come over and be on camera?
Yeah, so Jane...
Hold it on that end?
Yep, sorry. So Jane Manning James was an African-American woman who was very close with the prophet Joseph Smith and also his wife, Emma. And I believe she passed away at the age of 94, her entire life hoping for... aloha, Boye, Hawaii. We were just there a couple weeks ago. She was a woman who... She was very... sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought, but... she had a faith and a testimony of the gospel, and her entire life she had hoped for blessings of the temple, which during her earthly life never came to fruition. She was a very good friend with Emma, and this upcoming film details parts of their relationship, and so
Chantelle Squires, the director. Let's welcome her right in.
Hi.
So you've got an audience with LDS Smile.
Hey, everyone.
And this is, again, the director of Jane and Emma. So, again, we're at the B1 event. What a great way to get some momentum going for the film, which will come out in October, right?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't even...
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the film? We know who Jane Manning James was, or you did a short introduction.
But I was distracted by someone saying aloha from Boye, Hawaii.
Oh,
we were just there. But
okay.
What do you want people to know about the film as we prepare for it to be released?
Oh, Jane and Emma is, I personally think, going to be unlike anything you've ever seen. These both women, Jane Manning James and Emma Smith, are personal heroes of mine, and they're dynamic, strong, faithful women that just have made a huge difference. I think will make a huge difference even going forward in a lot of people's lives. And it's their friendship, and it's the struggles of the trial of faith that they have, the religious, the racial persecutions. You know, we talk about polygamy. Like, there's just a lot of things that I think my personal. One of the things that I personally believe is that if we're afraid to talk about the hard things for their lives, then we're afraid to talk about our own hard things. Right. And I just think that happens too much. And so we aren't afraid to talk about those things in this movie. I'm really happy that we've been able to make it. You know, like we put the hard things in and beautiful things. Like, watch these women work through the hard things that they work through.
Sure.
It's just, and the actresses are just so good.
Yes,
so good.
Incredible. Art's told me a lot about it. And tell us about the screenwriter. I think everyone knows her.
Oh, Mel?
Yes, I love Mel. She's one of my favorites.
Amazing. The reason why we went to Mel is because she just has this ability to deal with the hard topics in a way that's just
those.
Like relatable, where you cannot read or watch anything she does and question. You know, it's just like makes you really think deeply about it. And it's like, oh, okay, let me look in myself.
Yes.
And like ask myself
Those introspective questions,
yeah.
right?
Like it's just story. The story is great. So that's
incredible.
Because it'll be entertaining.
Incredible. That's great.
As a writer, Mel really does. She goes those extra steps, and she really to tackle it. I actually thought of her. I was really surprisingly, I think, overcome during the segment of tonight's B1 program with the video of the missionaries singing, and Mel actually came to mind with the line, "If we do what's right, we have no need to fear," because talking about and addressing those hard parts of our past is the right thing, and that will help us to not be afraid.
Yeah.
So
she's written a great script, and there will be a lot of memes from this movie. I believe.
Oh, good. Little nuggets, right?
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, tell us anything else you want us to know about the film. It's releasing in October.
Yeah.
And any other tidbits that our audience should know about?
Maybe September. I don't know.
Maybe
We want to
September.
I'm
Okay.
I'm working so hard.
Okay.
Like all-nighters every night
Oh,
trying
my
to get
goodness.
this
Can I
thing
bring
done.
Jen in as well?
Oh yeah, come on in.
Linda says hi. I think you've all heard enough from me, but yeah.
Oh, you were here
No, it was an interview before, but yeah, I think the film we're looking at fall. Let's just say fall.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
A fall
Japan.
release. Wonderful.
Yeah.
We're so
and
excited. This event tonight was so beautifully done. It really captured the spirit of what our film wanted to do.
Wonderful. That's great. Any last tidbits you guys want to share?
See the movie.
Please
when it
go
comes
see the
out.
movie this
Yeah.
fall.
It's one that you don't want to miss, and please share it with all your friends because we're so excited. It's been a work from the heart, and we've just been working so hard with all of our passion, and it's been hard. It's been hard. It's a big story to tell.
Yes, it is.
And that doesn't come without tribulation. So, and I think when that comes with it, it means something.
Yeah, it makes it meaningful,
Yeah,
right?
it does make it meaningful.
Yes.
So I'm excited.
Wonderful. Chantelle, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Any
you.
last thoughts?
She said it all.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Jenny, take us out.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us at LDS Smile, and let us know in the comments if you were able to attend this event live in Salt Lake City, if you were able to watch it, and if you haven't, if you're going to. Also, don't forget to be on the lookout for Jane and Emma. You'll hear a lot about it, and it will be well worth your time, I promise. So thanks a lot for joining us tonight.
Thanks. Bye.